This is a rather common sight. Even though our PM van has 2 gas tanks, we still have to stop here at least twice a week at Schubert's Texaco to fill up. But I guess that's a chore that we all have to put up with, because if your vehicle is going to run, it's got to have fuel. Well, tonight we're going to discover a most unique solution to this very common situation. Except the gas tank being filled contains 3,000 gallons, and it gets tanked up at 28,000 feet in the air.
Every day. Similar to a commercial jetliner, the major visible difference is what looks like a drinking straw with wings attached to the tail. The KC-135 is an airborne gas station serving high-flying jet fighters and strategic bombers. There are 8 such planes stationed at McGee Tyson Air Force Base in Maryville. The Tennessee Air National Guard uses these to keep other aircraft flying longer and farther than normally possible. Tennessee, the 134th Air Refueling Group serves jets from all across the country. Although their main operations area is in the southeast, they have flown missions in Germany, England, Hawaii, and Alaska. Basically, their mission is to take off, go to a preset meeting area, and wait for either a B-52 bomber or a group of fighter jets. Once in position, the receiver aircraft eases up to the rear of the tanker and docks with the fuel boom. Even with all of today's modern technology, this process depends on human eyesight and guiding the boom by hand.
Yeah, McKay, right here is the visual sighting window where the aircraft will pull up that will be receiving the gas. And this control here will move the boom in and out to reach out in contact with him. And this basic control right here is how I do the basic primary controlling with it. I'll move the boom right and left and up and down with him. When he gets in a position of about 2 feet from the end of the boom, I'll move ahead in contact with him, and then we can start pumping him gas.
Boom operator Jeff Dyer is a University of Tennessee student when he isn't flying for the Guard. Our pilot, Major Charles Johnson, is a civilian technician with the Air National Guard. Co-pilot Richard Way is a corporate pilot and a very busy scoutmaster. Guiding the tanker to the rendezvous point and safely back is William Goolsby, an associate professor of finance. In civilian life, these men may never see one another, but in the air, they are a highly trained team, all depending on each other for the success of the mission. 9:30 a.m. Knoxville. After the briefing and cockpit chat, the crew prepares for the beginning of today's mission. 20 minutes later, 300 miles away at Dobbins Air Force Base, 2 F-105 tactical fighters of the Georgia Air National Guard take off to meet the tanker from Tennessee. They will join over southern Georgia, refuel, then continue their mission over Florida. High over Georgia, right on target and schedule, the 3 planes sight each other and start the refueling process. to move very much, you almost have to force yourself to realize that the fighter and tanker are both flying over 400 miles an hour, and the only controls keeping receiver and refueler together are the skills of the pilots and boom operator. Jets are full and continue on with their mission. We turn back and head home. We'll be back in time for lunch. The 134th Air Refueling Group flies about 4 missions of this type every day. Every crew is made up of students, teachers, businessmen, builders, doctors, maybe even your next-door neighbor. These are the modern-day civilian soldiers, counterparts to the Minutemen of 2 centuries ago. We would like to thank the 134th Air Refueling Group and the 128th Fighter Squadron of Georgia for letting our cameras and crew fly on their missions. Calvin and I will be right back with more PM Magazine in 1 minute.